when you really think about it, 3 days is not very long, but you got thrown onto a desolate beach, discovered a rift in time, infiltrated ancient mage lord wolf breeding and djinn killing labs, and faced down a megalomaniacal demigod. Needless to say, you'd sleep forever if you could. You just might have if the first drops of the morning rain didn't splash you awake. Without the sea under your feet, the water had to come from somewhere, right? Druid soldiers bustle around camp, far from the front lines of the war with Emperor Kaiser. You're safe here, for now at least, and step into the sunny drizzle as the mountain clouds roll over you.
I do want to say one thing. So the guy's name is Emperor Kaiser, so his name is Emperor.
Oh my god, somebody finally understood that, yeah. No, I named him Emperor.
Maeve, you are the first to wake up. What do you do?
Hey guys, it's raining. Let's. Can I try to like gently tap whoever's next to me awake
Go for it.
with my foot?
Yeah?
Okay. I rolled a kick.
You rolled a kick. Who are you kicking?
I got a nat 1, so your choice.
Okay. Locke and Kalt are sleeping pretty near each other. You go to try to nudge Locke with your foot, but you lose your footing a little bit, and instead you actually fall straight on Kalt's face. Like, your back just smacks across his nose. I don't know if that wakes Kalt up, but that's what happens to you.
I'm in Texas. Where is Jerry?
Kalt, a child just fell on your face while you're asleep.
Oh, he's still asleep. He's a heavy sleeper.
Okay, Kalt does not wake up. Maeve, you feel a crooked nose jabbing into your back. Locke, just roll a wisdom save for me.
That is an 18.
So you hear Maeve splat onto Kalt's face, and the sound stirs you awake, and Kalt somehow managed to snore straight into the flowing shirt that Maeve is wearing. So it's not only is it covered in like dirt and blood and stuff, now it's got a little Kalt snot on it too, so that's fun.
Ew.
That's gross.
I stand up.
I guess I'll roll over and try to get my bearings.
So you guys are just sitting in the middle of a druid camp. Kalt is still asleep.
I will shake him awake.
Jerry,
Like, Kalt.
Jerry,
Kalt,
come.
wake up.
Jerry.
Kalt,
I'm fine. What do you want?
the child has something to tell us.
The child. Oh, you mean the girl?
Hi. Yep. The same one that's been hanging out with you for a while now. It's raining.
Well, thank you for that weather report. It is. Do I know what time it is?
It's the morning. The sun is rising. It's not like storming rain, but there's a drizzle. The sun is peeking through the clouds, so it's sort of like a golden tint to the sky as the water lightly splashes all around you. But that doesn't slow down any of the soldiers. They're just going about their business. They're not paying you any attention. Last time you guys spoke about what to do next, you talked about trying to find a way to rescue Florence, trying to not care about Florence and just going about your business. Supposing Locke's family may still be alive, Maeve might not be a murderer. Whole lot of different ways of thinking about what happened. But as the new reality has settled in around you, nobody else seems to notice just how remarkable their existence even is. So what do you do?
I think we should probably try to go get our boat back, if we even still have a boat.
Yeah, do we even need a boat anymore? It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of standing water around here.
They mentioned the boat, but it's been several days since you even were near the water. And Maeve, as they say that, you pat down your pockets, and you find that the small friendship is still with you.
I mean, it's not like we could, use it here. I mean, why don't we just go to the shore and actually...
The sound of the river comedically contradicts you.
Okay. Wow, who put that river there? Let's go take a look.
Maeve suggests that you guys go take a look around. Again, you guys don't really know anything about the status quo aside from the fact that the Emperor is still around and there's some sort of war happening, but...
Is Bait anywhere around? Is he just...
Bait's not with you in the morning. Bait obviously endured the thing with you, but he's just, he's not with you right now.
Well, it would probably be pretty helpful if we could maybe get some form of map so we even knew where this went, or if there was a place at the end of there.
let's see if any of these soldiers can give us some information.
You want to know something kind of weird? Like, I always thought of Bait as an anomaly, like, they're just a very greasy man, but as I walk around this camp, there is just a profound number of greasy men and women here. Just every single one.
Hold on, we established in my campaign that Bait's one of kind in terms of greasiness. The rest of his kind are, regular, normal.
We suggested that, but there have been many years intervening, so who knows how greasy people have become.
This is a brand new reality.
Well, yeah, this is an existence where instead of Bait being like a one-off and not being with his people, he influenced the culture and there was carryover. Like, these are his... These are his children's children.
Maybe he was working with the Emperor and established the status quo for, like, maybe he was the public health official and he established all of the norms for people's cleanliness.
Yeah, shampoo illegal.
Yeah. Everybody is very greasy here, but that's not going to stop us. They still might have answers, okay?
Pleasant side effect, though. I haven't heard a single squeak from their armor. It must carry over, just coming down, and it's very effective.
Oh, almost certainly.
But one of these druids must have a relatively good map that they would be willing to give us. Hopefully.
One of the soldiers walking by overhears you and says, "If you're looking for orders and where to go, Osmeros is running the camp. Kind of cool to have him around, isn't it? Go check in with him, see where he wants you." And then the soldier continues away.
Oh, no, we're not soldiers here. Oh, don't walk away from me. No.
Excuse me, sir. We are autonomous entrepreneurs. The perfection of capitalism.
He kind of looks at you confused. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're not really from a... How did you guys get here? That isn't..."
Do you notice the lack of grease about our persons?
Well, some of us.
I mean, not everybody has adopted our particular stealth lubrication technique to reduce armor sounds, but like...
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Yeah, I mean...
Stealth lubrication technique.
There are only so many places people can come from. No, sorry. Just thought I'd already seen everyone. What do you guys need?
Oh, we would like a map if you have one.
Not to spare, but you can you can check the requisition table. That's where they're handing out assignments.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess we're gonna go say hi to our old buddy.
We must be like a pretty big deal. Like, they would definitely like give us a map, right? I'm just like talking. I'm saying this to Locke and Maeve.
As you're saying this, literally nobody is even stopping to look at you. Like, they're here to do a job, and you are not important to them.
I could kill you all with one whim. Pay attention to me.
When you say "pay attention to me," someone looks at you, says nothing, and then looks away. And
Kalt, I think nobody knows who we are.
God dang, it's like a sea of baits.
But Osmeros should remember us, right?
I mean, maybe we'll give it a shot, and I'll start walking over that direction.
You all walk towards the top of the hill. You guys descended the mountain before your nap, so the mountains you climbed to reach the Salt Spire.
It's over, Anakin. I have the higher ground.
Those are sort of cresting over your heads behind you, but you summit a small hill atop which there are several more tents, several more sort of teepee-esque structures, and at the center of it is a very large table near which you do see requisitions being handed out. Armor, lubricant, all sorts of things. And Osmeros is conferring with several, what you might expect to be advisors, lieutenants, what have you, not noticing that you approach. He's pretty busy.
If they're handing out the lubricant, that must mean that Bait has a job in the factory, and they're just squeezing it out of him and putting it into bottles for everybody else.
What if he's the source? What if he's like a never-ending gobstopper of grease?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Maeve, do you say anything? Is their theory crafting the origin of Bait's grease?
She has literally nothing to say. She's just kind of taking everything in.
Maeve, as you sit there and sort of gawk at the area around you, Osmeros' eyes pop up and lock with you, and he smiles. He holds up a hand to his companion, leaves that interaction, and walks over to you and says, "Hello, little one. How was your collective rest?" And he gestures to all of you.
Okay, I guess. It's kind of weird. We're just trying to figure out what's going on and all that. Do you know who you know who we are, right?
Yes, I met you all last night. Bait told me about your activities some very long time ago. I'm glad to see that you held up his end of the deal. He should be back here before long. I'm sure the reunion wouldn't be so bad.
Oh, great. We were really worried about him.
I can tell. You seem generally as though you enjoy each other's company tremendously. Your elderly friend here gave him quite a ribbing.
As soon as she says that, I imagine Kalt is just like kind of looking around, and then he goes, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm elderly. I'm 34. Thank you.
I believe they were talking about me, Kalt.
Oh. Well.
Osmeros looks at Kalt and says, "You're 34."
Yeah,
I'm pushing I'm pushing 1300, and you look worse than any part of my body. I'm so sorry. I'm usually not this inconsiderate. It's
my motto
it's
is
been so long since I've seen a new face.
My motto is I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're all here for quite a long time. I suppose it'll be up to you to decide how you'd like to settle in, whether you want to join the efforts or make your own life here in the Highlands, but you have my gratitude for whatever you did to help us.
Well, we were curious if there was possibly a map that we could look upon to maybe get our bearings as things are as they are now.
Osmeros strokes his chin and says, I don't see why not. The map is right over there. And he gestures to the large table.
How that map be looking different?
You approach the map, and like I said, there are a lot of lieutenants and lower, I guess, quote, officers. This isn't like a strict military like the Mage Lords, but there is a loose hierarchy just for organization. But as you approach the map, one of the seemingly lower ranked officers bumps into you, Kalt, and you come face to face with a half orc that you've seen before, but maybe is looking a little better for wear than the last time you saw Jeddah.
Hello, Kitty Cat. How are you doing today?
Who the hell are you?
Well, do you not remember me?
I'm pretty sure I would. Remember an ugly mug like yours?
Well, there's a part of me that's like, well, you'll remember this and then cast Polymorph, but I'm not going to do that because I feel like it's rude. Well, I mean, we went on an adventure together, a whole adventure. It was a whole campaign, even months.
Locke would like to roll insight to see if she's lying about not remembering us.
Go for it.
That is a 16.
I'm telling the truth.
I'm going to say that you don't sense any deception off the top, but you don't totally... You're a little off-put by the reaction that you didn't expect. If you want to know more, you'll probably have to ask.
No, I just wanted a general vibe of truthfulness.
Not deceit. I think you and the person you recognize as Jeddah seem... But you guys are both, like, equally a little off-put by the interaction.
I'm sorry, madam. Forgive my friend here, and then I'll just kind of, like, pull him aside.
Well, that's the first time someone's called me madam.
Am I not supposed to recognize a female half-orc as a female? That's Pat asking.
I think Chowder was just giving a flourish of character.
Madam's just kind of formal.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, we've had confusion about the way characters look in the past.
We sure have. Locke is purple, right?
Yeah.
I reach my hand out to Locke for a handshake. I'm Jeddah. What brings you here? I'm sure you got your reason to be here.
I'm Locke, and this is Kalt, and the little one over here. Her name is Maeve. We kind of just showed up here after our latest adventure, and now we're trying to find our way to well, I guess we don't really know that part yet.
So you shake hands, you introduce each other, and Jeddah, you're also a pretty, quote, low-ranking member to the point where you basically just follow orders. You're not really given a big picture of what's going on.
Jeddah, you seem very like an astute, ear-to-the-ground type of person. Have you heard any reports of a zombie-like fellow wearing a very, kind of a sailor attire, very fancy, be very daring and keen, and perhaps had somewhere between 6 to 8 skeletons following in his wake. Has anybody heard anything about something like that?
Let's see. Slack-jawed, dead look in his eye, about yay high.
Yeah, he's a zombie, so.
Never heard of him.
Osmeros, have you had any reports of a undead fellow?
He sort of scratches his head and says, no, but if you'll forgive me, I'm needed elsewhere. One of my lieutenants, here he comes now. You're in good hands. And he just walks away. And behind you, on the other side of the table, a raven descends from the sky and quickly morphs back into Arlen. Not the grizzled warlock that you saw marching across the dilapidated islands of yore, but almost like a grown-up version of the young mage lord that you saw in the past. All right, are you looking to join the fight? Are you looking to head on out? Where are you headed?
Well, I think...
Arlen, how's it going, man? And, I just kind of hug him.
Arlen returns the hug and says, not often we get new blood. Here I thought Jeddah would be the last of the pack, but we've got 3 new faces here and ready to help. 4 if you count, the Grease Master.
Arlen?
Yes?
Do you not know who we are?
He looks at you, he's like, yeah, yes I do. You're Maeve, Locke, and Kalt.
Okay. Cool.
But, do you remember us in the terms of, when we were in the past and we were the best of friends fighting against weirdo monsters?
He scrunches his face and he says, you were around here a long time ago. You said something about a mission, and 900 some odd years later, you poof back into existence. It seems...
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're not a known quantity.
Yeah, he sort of shrugs and he's like, we are people of the land. We are druids of the circle. Anyone within our walls that wants to help us or wants to live in harmony, you're certainly welcome to. I don't know what weirdo monsters you're talking about.
Yeah, honestly, this clean start might be pretty good. As they say, I had a lot of red in my ledger.
That's a good quote. Someone should write that down.
Arlen, you seem to be somebody particularly with it that has their ear to the ground. Have you heard any reports of a undead fellow with 7 to 8 skeletons following in his wake? He'd be well dressed, something like a pirate.
He ponders, furrows his brows again. Slack-jawed fella, about yay high.
I swear to God, if you say don't know him, I will flip the fuck out.
Arlen leans over to Jeddah and says, listen, I've been trying to use that joke on everyone I can, and it just pisses everyone off. I can't do it anymore.
I don't know, man. I thought it was funny, but...
Okay, listen, Osmeros obviously is very grateful for your presence, but we are pretty busy. The fronts are moving for the first time in a while, so we're not exactly in relaxation territory here. What is it that you guys are looking for? I'm happy to help, but we gotta get to it,
Is there a Mage Lord ship parked off, the coast of the island?
What island? There's no island.
What?
You know what? Maybe we should take a gander at that map.
Yeah. Hold on. Who are you guys fighting?
The Mage Lords, right?
Yeah. And he sort of furrows his brow. He's like, you really are from somewhere else, huh? No, Emperor Kaiser of the Mage Lords.
The Mage Lords.
He is leading forces. We've had our moments of quiet, but it seems they're moving again. Is this news to you? I guess I don't really know where to start. It has been a while. I can't just assume you know what's up, huh?
We keep asking questions based on what our understanding of reality is, and it's clear that is not correct. So I just wanted to make sure that we were still at war with the Mage Lords. The last time we left the Mage Lords, they had one of our own held captive, and we would like to see if we can get her back.
So here, come take a look at the map. Let me show you what's going on here. And he points to the map on the table. The map does not cover what you know as the breadth of the Badlands in terms of size. The central part of the Highlands, called Nar Enial, is the island that you guys are walking on in the alternate timeline, in the Badlands version of things. And this map seems to cover that and just cuts off at the edges, but everything in between is solid ground with the occasional river and lake, but you don't recognize a shoreline. You don't recognize where a ship might be. This is totally different.
So this is like the mainland now?
This is the same island you were just on before when you were fighting, in the Badlands version of things. But it was never ripped into pieces and turned into the Badlands that you know. What was open water is now solid land. And when you look at the map, everyone's, including Jeddah, seems pretty comfortable saying, yep, this is the way it's always been.
All right, gang, we know what we have to do. We have to we have to turn this place back into the morning. So it seems like you guys are fighting the Mage Lords. So what is your, what is your elevator pitch?
Elevator, I mean...
Like, elevate my understanding with your pitch.
Oh, wow. I really like that. That's a good... Oh, I'm going to use that. What this one's been giving me is kind of fallen flat. I like that one. So, 900 for... Jeddah, how long is it? You're too young. Osmeros, how long has it been? And Osmeros just kind of shrugs and walks away. 900 and some odd years. The Emperor had wormed his way into our people, convinced some of us, not naming any names, convinced some of us that maybe the gods we were worshiping were not on our side, and attempted to do something to them. He was stopped. I presume that was you, based on what you said was going on, but whatever he tried to do, the machine failed to work, and we've all just been here since then. The elevator pitch is, they're still here. There's not really anywhere else to go. So yeah, Arlen gives you the elevator pitch. What do you do or say?
Well, it sounds a lot like the Mage Lords that we're used to. Are they...
Did we do that?
Did I do that?
Arlen gestures up to the mountaintop behind you. The salt spire where you fought Emperor Kaiser is collapsed. The bones of it are still there. It still juts up from the ground a little bit, but he's like, that is a monument to his abject failure. And in between the walls, we are just doing our best to keep him at bay. We don't want to hurt anyone, but, we got to protect our own. At that, Bait sort of flies in next to him as a crow materializes and says, oh man, guys, this is pretty freaking cool. Have you seen what's out there?
I mean, like grass. Water's cooler, though.
Right? There used to be grass, and he tries not to, say the quiet part out loud, says, and then, everything went the way it did, and there was no grass. And now there's grass again. We did it. You see, who would have thought that this is what we could do? We absolutely did it. This is fantastic. Oh my goodness. And Bait is on cloud 9, having just returned from a flight around the island. You guys know that Bait experienced what you experienced and may be able to give you a little more information than Arlen or Jeddah or Osmeros, because there's no common reference point when you try to ask them questions.
Bait?
Yeah. What's up, Maeve? And ushers you guys away from Arlen a little bit. Arlen shrugs, continues to chat with Jeddah over the map.
So, first of all, I'm glad there's grass. I know that means a lot to you. But what?
Okay. I'm not gonna pretend to understand exactly what's happening either.
Why?
Why?
Why what? I'm looking for a complete sentence, if you wouldn't mind.
I can't. It's just not there.
As far as I can tell, everything that we went through in the corrupted, dilapidated version of this area, nobody else recalls it. We are the only ones that hang on to that experience. I don't know how far this land stretches, but the Badlands were never created. The cataclysm I talked about, that I saw from afar, is what turned these Highlands into the Badlands. But it didn't happen. And Bait is like elated and confused as he tries to share this with you. I don't know what you guys are going to do next, but this is... I never thought I'd be back here. I never thought I would feel this grass between my toes again, and it feels incredible.
So, I mean, are you just gonna stay here and leave us? I mean, I guess I wouldn't be surprised with you leaving us, but, like...
Well, I guess that depends. Where are the three of you going?
We don't know. This isn't our home.
We were gonna go look for Florence because, before we went on our last adventure, she was kind of held captive.
That is a good point. I don't know if "was" is the right term, but where we saw the ship parked in the water where Florence is being held, that's just, it's grass. That's it. It's grass. I haven't gotten up to speed on what the conflict is. I know the Emperor is still out there. The only thing that's standing out to me as strange is everybody... there seems to be a pretty strict concentration of people here, and every time they see me, they're like, "Whoa, come on, my God, a new guy." I don't know if you guys have gotten that treatment, but it's throwing me off a bit. We've always been pretty welcoming, and I don't know what would lead to that particular shift.
No, they've shown a general Bait-like ambivalence towards us.
I can't pinpoint the moment in our travels together where the people who remember us makes any sense, because this is a whole new place. The Badlands never existed, yet we still remember each other. But then Jeddah doesn't remember us.
I have a question. Are we still wearing those crystal rings?
You sure are.
Wait, Locke, I've got an experiment that could end only horribly.
I'm listening.
All right, I want you to take my hand.
Okay.
I'm going to give him my hand with the ring. I want you to remove the ring, and if I freak out, put it back on, okay?
What constitutes you freaking out? Because I feel like we have different definitions of the term.
You'll know it when you see it. Remove the ring.
Okay, I will pull the ring off of his finger.
What happens?
Locke, you press your fingers around the edge of the ring that the djinn gave you to protect you from the effects of corrupted time, and you slowly wiggle it off Kalt's finger. His bony knuckles catch on the side of it, and you worm it around, and as soon as it disconnects, Kalt, nothing happens.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I thought there was like a 10% chance we could take off these rings and maybe we'll just merge into the background,
Locke, what do you do with the ring?
I guess I'll give it back to him.
I don't know. Somebody, could be worth something now.
Do you pocket it? Do you put it on? What's the deal?
Yeah, I'll pocket it. I think we have a bunch of things on our plate. We need to find Florence. We need to find Jerry.
Well, no, Florence might not know us anymore. Why?
That's a good point.
That probably never happened.
But what about Jerry? Jerry happened. Jerry is real.
Maeve, I'd like you to roll perception.
Okay. Nat 1.
Maeve, you hear the cawing of birds at a distance, but you are so confused about the situation, you can't even form a sentence. You just sort of plonk down on the ground, hands over your ears, just trying to, catch a breath between Locke and Kalt as they discuss Jerry and other happenings.
For Bubble Butt, I can't imagine he's piratey anymore,
Oh, that's true.
Kalt and Locke, roll perception.
Okay. Check the roll off the table. 10 total.
A 15.
Okay, you got a
Can
15.
I use a cantrip to cast it on my ring?
Maeve, you certainly can.
Okay. I do.
What cantrip do you cast?
Probably Shock and Grasp.
As they're sort of chatting over you, you are fiddling with the ring, thinking about Kalt taking it off and nothing happening. You cast Shocking Grasp on it, and instead of absorbing it the way the pink crystals did, this darker crystalline ring just is a conduit for the energy, and it passes into the ground, and the grass underneath you catches flame.
Ah! Stomp it out, if I can.
Kalt and Locke, Shocking Grasp just went off at your feet and lit the ground on fire.
I'm gonna try to stamp out the fire.
Jeddah, roll perception with advantage.
Unnatural 20.
As they're all sort of bickering, stamping out fire, casting Shocking Grasp, the cause that you hear are not the natural sounds of birds, they are the warning system that you've learned to recognize pretty quickly. So as they're all panicking, you are keenly aware that something is coming, and it's not good.
Fuck me. Arlen, you hear that?
He follows your gaze up to the sky and he says, all right, everybody, cover. Everybody gets a cover. Incoming! And he issues people not just into the tents, but into small hovels in the ground, foxholes, caves, anything nearby as he's directing people. Kalt, Locke, and Maeve, you are all sort of standing near each other as they all frenzy around you.
So I'm gonna run over to Locke, Kalt, and Maeve because I know they just have no idea what's going on for whatever reason. I'm guys, we're under attack.
Like what kind of attack?
I'm assuming Major Lords. I haven't gotten orders yet. Come with me.
A little further down the hill, there's sort of like a little cave, just sort of a makeshift hole in the ground with a wooden door over to protect from detection and things like that. You guys are being ushered in by Jeddah, who brings you in at the tail end of the troops. Do all of you follow? Do any of you look around? What are you doing?
I will wait at the entrance until everybody's inside. Like, it's obvious that everybody's inside, and then I'm going to cast Wall of Force to block it.
An invisible wall of force appears around you and around the front of the door as everybody enters. Kalt, you are the last person outside, and while a wall of force keeps you safe from anything physical interacting with you, you can obviously see right through it. And what you see is something descending from the sky very quickly and suddenly very loudly as a pink flash appears in the sky above you. I would like Locke and Maeve to make Constitution saving throws.
Locke and Maeve are outside the force field?
They're all inside it. You guys made it into the hole, except for Kalt.
Okay.
He stayed outside to cast Wall of Force. So, Jeddah, you're safely inside with Locke and Maeve. Kalt is standing outside as he witnesses a pink flash appear in the sky above you.
I got a nat 20.
I also have a 22.
All right, critical question. Kalt, did you put the ring back on your finger or in your pocket?
Oh, I put it in my pocket.
Yikers.
Hell yeah.
So, you guys are each going to take 8 points of force damage.
I'm going to ask how, because Wall of Force blocks everything.
That may become apparent in a moment, because Kalt, this does not affect you.
I don't take damage? Okay.
Locke and Maeve, you feel a sort of sickening vibration within you as this force, it's not like a kinetic blast, it's almost as though you are being vibrated from the outside in.
We're being microwaved. Okay.
You're being microwaved, essentially, as the ground around you begins to vibrate as well. You close your eyes, wincing with the pain, as you each take 8 points of force damage.
I'm not taking that damage, correct?
You are not taking that damage, but also, you don't see what they see, because around them, when they open their eyes, the sort of pink glow that they would have seen begins to subside, and they look over the dilapidated wastelands of Nar Enial as they experienced it prior. The desolate wasteland, full of time-locked abominations, pink crystals jutting out of the ground, and the collapsed salt spire on the hill. You are alone on the side of this barren hill. Kalt is not there. Jeddah is not there. You see a lone figure walking down the hill towards you.
I'm gonna put Maeve behind me as like a protection thing. How far away is this figure?
Pretty far away, several hundred feet. They're not really paying mind to anything. They're not even walking towards you. They're just walking down the hill away from the salt spire.
I will say this, if they meet a fucking god and I miss out on meeting a god again, I'm going to throw my computer against the wall.
I guess I will... Can I roll perception to try to, like, get any more information about who this person is?
Mr. Locke, I can't see. I just want... When do we get closer? Okay.
Give me a second.
Roll perception.
That is a critical fail.
You are so surprised to be back in this version of reality. Your eyes are wide open, expecting fresh air, but the stinging feeling of sand blows into your eyes, and you can barely open them. As Maeve asks you to get closer, she looks up and sees that you can't see anything at all.
Yeah, I'll just start, like, rubbing my eyes, trying to get the sand out of them.
Yep, I'm gonna start kind of walking towards this person.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Hello.
When you say excuse me, the figure turns towards you and looks almost a little familiar in the way it's pointing itself at you, and then relaxes and begins to sprint directly towards you.
Okay. This is interesting.
Am I able to see yet?
Not just yet. You're still rubbing the stuff out of your eyes.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see the person in sort of a flowing cloak running straight at you from about 600 some odd feet away. As they get closer, you see the cloak is sort of rugged, tattered, all that stuff.
Well, they're clearly coming towards us, which means I don't have to put in the work to come closer. So I'm going to stay with Locke and maybe help him to get the eyes out. This is what we call an alpha move.
This is so you help Locke clear his eyes, and by the time you're able to see clearly, you both look up to see Arlen the Warlock standing in front of you. He sighs and he says, "It didn't work."
Oh.
What didn't work exactly? You will find out on the other side of the breakaway. Thank you so much for tuning into Chapter 71, The Highlands, the first episode of the New Age. The friendly reminder, this is our final adventure in Dicey Waters. This will close out the campaign, and who knows what'll happen after that. I sure don't. I don't even know what's going to happen in the rest of the New Age. We are recorded out for several episodes, and I think you're in for a wild ride just from what I've seen so far, and I can only imagine it will get wilder. Now, I only have one or two things to share here before diving right back into the episode. First, we have updated our Welcome to Dice Populi recap episode. This is an episode that introduces people to the podcast and points them to good starting points, and even allows them to listen to recaps of entire adventures so that they don't have to binge if they don't want to. So that's been updated. If you have a friend or family member, loved one that you think would enjoy this show, you do not have to have them binge 70 episodes. You can just send them to our podcast feed. Welcome to Dice Populi is listed as a trailer, so it's always top of the list, front and center. It's also right on the front page of dicepopuli.com. That is meant to be a tool to make it very, very easy to begin this show in the way any listener chooses. Additionally, we are bringing back listening parties to the Discord. The idea is to have at least one for each episode 2 days after the release, featuring at least one cast member in the chat with everybody. I will be around at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, which is -5 GMT if you need to pick your own time zone there. It will be in our Discord. I will be there as I conduct a group listening of this very episode. So if you want to tune in for round 2, or if someone else joined for round 1, go ahead, spread the word, and log in. Other than that, we are just kind of rocking and rolling here in Season of the New Age. Please consider joining our Discord or our Patreon. A reminder, we only need 5 patrons to unlock the next soundtrack. Once that tier is hit, I will begin producing Volume 4, featuring music from A Second Chance, and I'm very excited to get that done. Otherwise, stay tuned to our Twitter, our Discord, and our website for information about what's coming up. But we all know that's not why you're here. You're here to figure out what the hell is going on here with our friends in Nar and Eal. So let's get back to it. It didn't work.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? The towers collapsed. Whatever happened, we stopped it, but it didn't work. Look at this place. I thought I might have a chance to get out. No such luck.
But we just saw you in what I assumed was the aftermath of... I am so confused.
Do I see a river?
You see the dried riverbed that ran through the city, where, Bait pushed someone off it.
But the river that we clearly saw last time, we don't see it.
That's correct.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Locke, where'd the river go?
There was a river. The ocean was gone. The Badlands were not the Badlands anymore.
Arlen's eyes shoot wide open. He says, I thought it didn't work. Are you saying we restored everything as though I didn't kill them?
That's what I thought. And then Kalt was there, and Jeddah didn't remember us, and Bait was there too, and everybody.
I want to start trying to cast another spell on the ring.
Go for it.
Okay, burn a first level slot.
What spell do you cast?
Shield, I guess. I don't know.
You look at the ring, you close your eyes, you focus your magical energies, and a small aura of energy appears around you as you are shielded from the sand getting into your eyes.
That's good.
Arlen says, okay, I need to talk to Galagath. I don't know what's going on. You need to stay Out of sight. Those things are still crawling all over the place. Here, he reaches down into the sand. He grabs small crystals. He tosses one to each of you. These might be important. I need answers, and so do you. Stay safe. If you don't see me in 2 days, make your way to the outside of the island, take that ship, and get the hell out of here.
Why don't we just come with you?
I always imagine him with a rifle. I almost said he pulls his rifle out, but Chowder, please confirm. Arlen, as the warlock, never had a rifle, correct?
He never had a rifle. He just had.
He's just got the Eldritch Blast.
Yeah,
from
just had Eldritch
fucking
Blast.
miles
Okay.
away. Yeah.
I thought he did have a rifle because I saw a glint from his direction, a sniper.
He
or
had
something.
like binoculars or something.
That's just a sandbox thing to make sure that snipers aren't overpowered.
Oh yeah.
He had binoculars.
Okay. So he just
okay.
had his binoculars resting on his hand and pew pew.
Locke, when you ask, why can't we come with you, Arlen tosses you the binoculars and says, listen, hang on to all that stuff. I know my way around here better than you do. Better to hole up, stay safe. If in 2 days I'm not here, I need you to... And as he's saying that, you see a sort of a pink mist on the horizon approaching. It's just bearing down on him and he doesn't react, but the sound of wind begins to kick up and roar and rush as this pink light gets closer. I need you to go, take the ship, and get out of here. And he turns and he starts running straight for the pink wall coming straight at you.
Is the pink wall like close to the ground?
It is from the ground to the sky.
God.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Arlen runs straight through the pink wall, disappears as it closes in on you, washes over you, and you're standing next to Kalt, having just cast Wall of Force. Kalt and Jeddah, you're a little confused because suddenly Locke and Maeve are standing about 15 feet away from where they were, outside.
Holy shit! What are you idiots doing?
Hey, guys, what the hell did you do?
We didn't do anything. We just got teleported back to what this place used to be.
What it was meant to be.
Maeve, take your ring off, and then I'm gonna take my ring off too.
Okay, I take it off, but I still have the crystal.
You take off the rings. You're now holding rings, one crystal each. Locke, you're holding a set of binoculars. As you're doing this, looking around, trying to figure out what's going on, Bait comes sprinting over the hillsides and says, "What the fuck?"
Oh, you're mad at us now?
No, Jesus, what happened? I thought we fixed it. What happened? Did you guys see that? That can't be the only one. That would suck so hard. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Did you get teleported away too?
Yeah, I did. As you guys are sort of quibbling over this, Osmeros and Arlen from this reality step on top of the hill, and they scream, "False alarm! We're all safe. Everything's fine. Return to stations, but scouts, don't drop your attention." And everybody goes back to business as usual, except for the five of you.
Didn't seem so false to me.
Bait, take your ring off right now.
Bait does.
So as Jeddah, did I see the pink flash?
You saw the pink flash, but that's also what Kalt saw. To you guys, it just seemed like Locke and Maeve disappeared for a moment and then appeared 15 feet off to the side. So that was your experience.
Okay, guys. I saw a pink flash, and two of you disappeared. What the hell? Also, take off this force field. We can not need it now.
Yeah, so someone in there is like, I really gotta go to the bathroom. I don't want to do it inside.
You'd rather do it outside, like a barbarian.
Jacoby, you should have gone before hiding. Whatever. Turn off the force field, please.
You have to say open sesame.
Open sesame!
Open sesame.
Everybody in this inside has to say it. It's the only way this spell works. It's very
Oh
weird.
my God, Kalt,
That's how the
please.
spell works. I have no power over it.
So Jacoby hands over their crotch, waddles up to you and says, "Listen, man, let me out of here. It's gonna get real nasty in here, real fast."
I like it a little dirty.
Bait basically says, cut the shit. We got bigger things to deal with. And when you drop the wall of force, Jacoby sprints into the woods, and you don't hear the moan of relief, but you know it happened.
So, what the hell was that?
Well, we saw the pink flash, and then we were back in, I guess what this place, well, we knew it as, with it all like desolate and kind of broken and stuff. And we saw Arlen, except it was our Arlen and not this Arlen. No offense.
I'll hold out the binoculars.
But it was just the three of us. What sets us apart from everyone else?
Wait, Bait, where were you?
I was back to flying around. When the alarms went off, I tried to go to the front lines, and suddenly I'm back where, like you said, the way it was before. On my way back here, everything seemed to flip back, and now I don't know what the hell to do. But why was it just the three of us?
The only difference was that Kalt had taken his ring off. The ring that was supposed to protect us.
Yeah, thought it would maybe do some weird thing, but
Wait, Jeddah, what the fuck? Okay, I'll deal with that later. Kalt, what happened?
How do you know my name?
We got a workflow that we're going through. Hang on for just a sec. Kalt, what did you see?
What did I see?
Yeah.
I saw some, like, pink lightning come down and like, blow up, and they just disappeared.
Bait sort of, like, rubs his forehead and says, okay, so now the general and all his lieutenants are saying it was a false alarm, but clearly something happened. It's just that we couldn't all see it? Bait's face sinks into sort of despair, and he's, like, very afraid that this could be lost, and looks at you guys looking for any sort of answer. Guys, I thought we had this one in the bag. I don't know what's going on.
Like, I'm hearing all this, and I'm just going, so where did you guys say you're from?
We're from here, kinda, just a different here.
Different here?
Like there was a lot more water here previously. This is the grass is a new development.
Why would the grass be a new development?
Arlen from this reality steps down the hill and says, guys, you don't need to worry about it. Everything's okay. Listen, wall to wall, we're fine. Calm down, get some rest, and you guys can do whatever it is you see fit, huh?
Hey, Arlen, did you see that pink flash?
Well, yeah, but nothing came of it. As far as our scouts can tell, the mage lords are cooking up some new kind of weapon, and go figure, it didn't work. Change the record, right? Listen, guys, you guys get some rest. I don't know where you're gonna go, but not like you can go too far. Get comfortable, all right? I'd like Locke, Maeve, and Kalt to roll insight.
That's a 9.
I have a 13.
Mine's a total of 12. I only got a +1 to insight.
Let me roll it for Bait as well. That is also not good. Kalt, you've noticed that they keep saying from wall to wall. That is an expression that they've used multiple times, and you don't know what it means.
Wall to wall. Can you explain that thing? Pretend I'm an idiot. What is wall to wall?
When you say pretend you're an idiot, Arlen chuckles and then has an apologetic look on his face, and then
I will have you know I am the most intelligent man alive. So just keep that in mind.
Take it easy. I'm wall to wall. The island, clearly whatever disaster Bait was predicting didn't happen. I guess you guys wouldn't know. Yeah, the wall went up. You can't really leave this place. So we're just here, you know?
Interesting.
When did the wall go up?
You don't know about the edge of the world. The literal wall that's keeping us all in here.
Nope.
No.
Where did you say you were from again?
Like I said, this place is not how we understand reality to be.
That's vague.
Arlen is sort of looking at you. It's like, well, I mean, you're welcome to check it out. If you follow the river, I guess it wouldn't hurt for you to find a nice place to settle down, but follow the river. You'll see it eventually. You'll understand. It's we accepted it a long time ago.
I'm happy to just be their guide. Take them there.
By all means. We don't have anything else better to do. And Arlen walks back up the hill to follow Osmeros.
Follow me. I'll take you to the river. We can get to the wall from there.
Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I'll follow.
Jeddah leads you guys down the hill from the encampment. The river that you heard upon waking up Maeve now stretches out in front of you. This river is the very same one that Bait once pushed someone into during a riot against what Kalt likes to think is taxation, but was actually much more complicated. And the city which it passed still exists. It is differently shaped. Some things look new, some things look old, but it seems to have been kept up, unlike the version of reality you are familiar with. Bait pulls up the pack behind you, looking around, sort of dumbstruck, as Jeddah leads you to the edge of the river. The docks are empty, though. It seems that as everyone scrambled, trying to get out of the way of the attack, they took the ships and tried to move them to safety. So there are no ships here, and Jeddah, you look back and forth thinking, well, darn, I don't have a ride.
Dang. Guess we're gonna have to wait till a boat comes around.
Maeve, do you want to just use the friendship?
Yeah, why not? I'll pull it out, and I'll have it be this little raft with a couple oars and shit. I don't
Jeddah,
know.
you saw this little model boat turn into a 5-person raft in front of your eyes. This is one of the most incredible fucking things you've ever seen.
Oh shit, that's dope. You got more of those?
Yeah, a fleet of them. Bait rolls his eyes and steps on the raft.
Oh, don't get smart with me and get on the raft.
With Jeddah as your guide, you follow the flow of the river. Bait is scratching his head, looking over the areas, pointing out the landmarks that you guys experienced during your most recent adventure to the center of the island, where you met Galagath, where you learned so much about what's going on in this place. Bait does point out, Trip, and see right there, that is right exactly where the ship with Florence should have been. But, like I said, it's just grass. As you guys are sightseeing on your way toward the edge of the world, do you say anything, do anything? What's going on with the three of you?
Have you ever been to the edge of the world before, Jeddah?
Honestly, I've tried to get past it a couple of times. I'm always curious about what's past that, but no luck. No luck, really.
I guess that would sort of explain why the new blood is a bit of a surprise, huh? Because no in, no out sort of deal?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. How did you come to be new blood?
Yeah, I mean, look, the orcs of Enkidu were like good friends with the elves of Nar and Yal, and a lot of cross-cultural back and forth. And my mom married my dad and moved here, and I mean, I was born here. Yeah.
Jeddah doesn't look exactly the same. Features on the face are a little longer than when you knew her before. Not just that she's like not as roughed up, but that she has sort of like finer, sharper facial features, despite being pretty much the same person.
The Jeddah you met in Pat's campaign, she was half orc, half high elf. This Jeddah is half orc, half drow.
Oh my goodness.
Now that you guys can actually sort of settle and converse with her, you're sort of piecing all this together. But the river stretches out quite a long ways. As all your spirits settle, you start to hear a familiar sound. The rumble of distant energy thrums. The water gets a little more excited, and Jeddah slows the ship, insisting that it's for your safety, as the horizon now looks a little bit different. You have seen this before, Jeddah, and unfortunately, so has everyone else. You gaze out over the river, and on the horizon you don't see a wall. What you see is the tear, still in place, blocking everyone in, here in Nar and Yal. Maeve is looking a little better for wear than the last time you saw Jeddah.
Oh, hello, kitty cat.
That was Florence.
Oh, potato. Potato.
No, I'm pretty sure you did turn me into a cat at some
I
point.
turned multiple people into a cat.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Well, I'll double check it and maybe leave it in the edit.